Hello everyone, welcome back to Optimize Evony. There's a massive update today, so I wanted to do a video for you guys. Yeah, there's some pretty exciting stuff for free-to-play players, and then also maybe one update that's more targeting pay-to-play players. But first, before we get into that, I'm just going to go quick over the normal kind of event stuff. I'll call out anything kind of interesting. Um, Basically, we have treasure hunt back. We have Lions competition starting soon, Lions Carnival. Make sure you do this because this gives you some nice Ramoons, which are great for setting the big bosses now, and all these other rewards. These ones you can get for either I think there's a few ways to get them for free, but mostly for coining. And then this it gives you a chance to get the Elven City and also the new William Marshall skin. So let's take a look at that in a second. This is the third skin that's came out. The first one was the Douglas, then they went to Elise, and now to William Marshall. So William Marshall's in Europe. Let me find him quick. Here he is. Okay, so pretty good wall gen. I think there's slightly better ones, but not bad. And with the skin, it might be one of the best. So with the skin, you'll get an extra in-city ground troop and mountain troop defense plus 30% and extra in-city range troop and siege machine attack plus 10%. So pretty solid buffs. But I think for that to guarantee it, it's like a full cake worth. So it is quite expensive. But for those that are willing to spend, it is a nice little boost if you're using William Marshall on your wall. I know a lot of people use Leo the Third uh, or some of the other uh, generals. So um, then real quick, let's look at the other events that are going on. Speed consumption this event, refining right now. Trial of Knights is back, always a good one. Um, I really enjoy Trial of Knights, although they really need to switch up these generals. I think it's been the same generals for the last like 3 or 4 times here. I already have a max ascended Elise, so I don't really need more fragments of Elise. I'm potentially going to be trying to get a Scipio as well, and maybe using Lysander as a backup gen as well. But I mean, that's mostly just because they just keep giving us the same generals. Like, bring back some siege generals or some archer generals. Like, what's going on here? Um, then they have the gem purchase event. So basically, you purchase up to 3,000 basic gems a day, which I think is like $6 maybe, uh, between $6 and $10, and you get these extra rewards for the number of days that you've done it. So if you're already spending, again, make sure you take advantage of that. There's the excellent Blazon shop, which basically allows you to, I mean, there's these excellence coins here, and those basically when you consume them or when you buy them, basically uh, it sorry, getting back here, allows you to redeem these. So uh, you can basically get this is one of the cooler things in that they're offering is a level 10 Blazon with basically three of the attributes the same, which is amazing. Although it is a random one, so you could be getting one that's not particularly good. Like this is great, but it wouldn't be maybe my first pick for Blazon. And then uh, yeah, you can also get these Blazon cores, which give you Blazon XP. So you don't have to break down your current Blazons to get additional XP there and additional rewards there. They've returned with the Wheel of Past Secret. Basically, this is your way um, to get the ideal land points. Uh, Basically, you have to win one of those to get to the 500 points to upgrade it. You can, I think, on most events you can get that within uh, the event if you do it every day, and then if you buy a $10 pack. So if you're stuck on that, that is essentially how you unlock it, or just wait until you get lucky with that. But again, like I said in my last video, it's a little bit of a bait and switch. It's not super easy to actually win it on the wheel, even though you can get it with a low number of spins. So basically, they're trying to get you to buy that $10 pack. Um, to guarantee it. And then, yeah, once you do that once, then you don't need to do it again unless you're trying to, upgrade to level 3, I think, level 2, level 3, I don't know, whatever level it is. Um, so, okay, let's get on to some of the actual cool updates. So, uh, maybe we'll actually just read it here. Um, so basically, we'll start off with this. Ares and Achaemenid sets are now able to be upgraded. So basically, we'll go to the Forge, and you need these Forge Master certificates, but you can upgrade to the Imperial set or the Parthian set. And it similar to the previous equipment upgrade. So basically, yeah, how you're going to do it is you're going to go into this equipment upgrade here, and you'll see now that these are upgradable. I don't have enough of everything, so I'm not going to do this. But you can see that, okay, I have this ring, and now I can upgrade it to a Parthian ring, which gives you 8%, additional range troop attack debuff. This would primarily be for a sub general, and then you can see the set attributes. So the set attributes are 15 for Archae gear, um, and this is 18, so you get an extra 3%. Um, which is awesome. This is kind of a nice way that they're doing they're kind of giving free to play players a a nice way to get a little bit of extra debuff, and upgrade their gear, make it a little bit stronger, because it's still not super easy to get Civ gear. But you do need these Forge Master certificates, and one of the reasons why I say this is primarily a reason for free to play players to upgrade is I don't believe that there's any way to get these Forge Master certificates by coining. Basically, the way that you get them is through Viking events. So let me see if they actually updated the description. Okay, on the Viking events, or if that'll happen next time. Nope. Okay, Viking events, of course, aren't up right now. But so basically during the Viking event, you'll be able to get some number of those scrolls, and the other way is to use the Gather Troops event. So you can see that as you unlock these different levels, you get 10 Forge Master certificates, I think, for each one of these. So if you complete it, that's going to be 50. Um, oh, there's no one in that one. So 40 Forge Master certificates for doing that. And then, uh, so basically, also, if you have them saved up, they have updated them. So I did have one extra that I had laying around in my inventory. And you can see that this also updated. So if I open this, I get, Forge Master certificates. So those of you that really lucked out and didn't open those for a long time, uh, open those now. You'll get those rewards. That's what you'll need, and you'll have a little bit of a leg up on everyone else who has to kind of grind for it. But yeah, so I actually kind of like this update. It's past time that the equipment, the free to play equipment has gotten an update. Really, it's the Archae and Ares gear has been lagging behind quite significantly. I'm curious if I think that they also updated the refine elements here, but let me just double check because I did upgrade one, and I put it on this general, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, let me just refine it once. Okay, looks like it's still capped at 25%. I was hoping that they would have upped that to 30%, but it doesn't look like it. So that's a little unfortunate. But still, the increased buffs and the set buffs are still pretty important. One thing I will say about the set buffs is I'm going to switch this out for a second. But these set buffs do not apply with the Archae set buffs. So even though you updated from Archae, if you if you switch this in, so put the Parthian ring there, you'll see that this no longer has the 6 of 6 set bonus, and this doesn't have any set bonuses. And so I I would be very careful switching these out for subgens. So for me, the main thing I'm going to use these for is for subgens for the extra debuff. This gives you an 8% extra debuff just from this one piece, but that's not worth it with the rest of these pieces, right? So if you're breaking up a set to use that, I would wait until you have a full set of the Parthian ring or the Parthian gear. So instead, what you should do, like what I did, is if you already have a gen that a subgen that has a mismatch pieces that doesn't have a full set of arcade gear, what you can do is that you can put it on there until you upgrade it, and then once you have a full set, you can switch it to one of the other generals that has a full set of arcade gear. So this is going to be a little bit of a grindable thing, but it finally there is actually some grindable aspect of this game again, and it's not just completely pay to win. So I think that's ultimately a good update. It's really solid. Debuffs here. Again, I'm using it mostly for debuffs. You can also use it for attacking, and it has increased attributes there. Unfortunately, that refine cap is still at 25 instead of moving it up to 30. They really should have moved it up to 30. I mean, there's the 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 Civ gear still has benefits, even if they made the refine potential the same, right? Because you get set bonuses, you get all of these other things, and as I'll explain in a second, you'll get additional set bonuses. So, or you'll get additional benefits. So, for example, you have the set bonuses, rally cap, 20%, or any of the other ones, but I'm not going to show that right now. Uh, there's another thing it's that they've kind of added here, which is kind of interesting. It's again tiered for more pay to play players, uh, pay to win players, coiners, whatever. But this is basically the advanced refining. So if you have a piece of gear that has more than 5 stars. So, for example, you have basically amplified your gear. So, where do that? Okay, here. So you can see. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing there. Um, okay, actually that's interesting because I haven't amplified those. I don't know why only those two are showing here. Um, but so maybe they're just rolling it out slowly. But basically, if you have Civ gear, you're able to advance refine it, which basically means giving up refined stones and gold, a very small amount of both to get additional buffs here. And so these buffs will just apply, and you get basically get 50 times to refine each piece a day. So you can see here, this got me up to level 3, which is 3.5% all troops HP. This is on my wall gen, so that would be defending. But when I get that to the next level, it'll be 4%. And then this one, I was able to get to level 2, and which is 3% all troops defense. I don't know yet what the cap of this is going to be. Uh, they are eliminating it per day, so basically everyone should be on a level playing field. Again, this only matters if you have Civ gear. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people still don't have a lot of Civ gear, so they're not going to be able to take advantage of this. But for those that do, it is a nice, basically free way to get additional buffs. So yeah, I don't know, kind of meh, but uh, it's they seem to be doing a lot of updates that are just improving buffs across the board, making it so that it's pretty easily for a lot of players to get these buffs. And so uh, I don't really see a big point to them doing that. I mean, it's every individual player obviously has to try and keep up and do these things, but what I don't really understand is Evany's rationale on that. Does Evany just want to see just massive buffs? And if so, like that's great, but essentially giving it to a lot of people or making it very easy to unlock is kind of an interesting play for them. It's a little bit different from what they've done before. And this, like, I don't see anything that you're actually paying other than the refined stones and the gold. So, uh, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of these sets unlock if they're like rolling them out slowly or what the deal is. But you know, for example, I have the full choreo set, I have the full Plantagenet set, but I only see two here in the choreo set. So hopefully they're just rolling it out slowly. But yeah, I guess add a little extra clicking to your day to max out these advanced refines. Um, yeah, make sure you don't miss a day because it seems like it's going to add up fairly quick. And if you don't do it for a couple days, you're gonna be a little bit behind. Um, but yeah, I think that's most of the major updates. There's probably some additional smaller updates, but I'm not going to cover those in this video. It's already been long enough. Um, Again, if you are planning on spending, please do use Aptoide and use the code OPTIMIZE, um, and that'll give you an extra 5% off. The other thing is that I was told that all the influencer codes for Aptoide are going to go offline in August. So if you're planning on spending, try and do it before then. Again, you can use pink gems to kind of front load your spending and then use it later, kind of like a gift card. If you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. I explain it kind of in more in detail. But yeah, just a heads up. Uh, as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.